Hello everyone, this is Lolly. I am back to show you these new colored pencils, and new-ish. They're new as of this year basically. So if you've been following my videos that I did since Creativation Plus, which was a virtual Creativation this year, I've been showing new colored pencils for me. I've been looking for replacements for my Prismacolors. So I was talking to the people at Derwent, which is a UK company, and I was asking them about ChromaFlow because I had heard this was a new colored pencil, and I wanted to share these with you and tell you about them. And I'm going to give a little bit of talking while I'm actually color swatching these. The last video I did talking about Derwent was using their metallic pencils. I will give you a link to that video underneath this one. And I had mentioned I need to straighten this up because as I was opening them, the metallic pencils, I saw that there was a slight, very slight gouge in one of the pencils, and I got a few comments on that wasn't right, that shouldn't have been shipped. Well, you know, when they're loaded in and the gouge is in the bottom of the pencil, you can't see it. I felt like it wasn't worth asking for a replacement, but Derwent saw my video. They did replace that set anyway. Also, the reason I had reached out to them was because of the ChromaFlow. I wanted to try them. They were so new, they were having a hard time keeping them in stock, especially the 24 set. I mentioned that on my video. So I went ahead and bought the 24 ChromaFlow on Amazon because this is really what I reached out to them for. But they had sent me some beautiful other color pencil options. So I bought this. And then after that video, and after I purchased this, they sent me the ChromaFlow 12. So I just want to let you know that they did end up sending me some. I want to show these to you and tell you a little bit about them because I'm always looking at things that are alternatives to the Prismacolor because Prismacolor has gone downhill in their qualities from selling the company, and so I just feel like it's time for crafters to be looking elsewhere. So I want to show you these. Now, there's not that much information as far as specs on them. She did tell me that they are a bridge between the student and professional grade pencils, and that they are the best quality for that bridge, but they're also the most value that they offer as far as colored pencils. This is the most value. Okay, so I am going to start color swatching all 24 of these, and while I'm doing that, I'm going to talk to you. I haven't sharpened these. I'm using them as they came. This is colored pencil paper here using a waffle flower stamp. So as I'm doing this, I'm going to move over a little bit here so I can put some images on the right-hand side and tell you a little bit about them. So they say that the pencils are vibrant, blendable color. Ooh, it does feel good. Now I did notice right away a little bit of a need for dusting there. That was sun yellow. This is amber gold. They also say that they have a smooth laydown. So again, I'm using colored pencil paper, which means it has a bit of texture to it so that the pencil can actually grab that color. The paper can grab that color. Now I'm noticing that it is blending well. And I think this would be a perfect starter pencil for people who are coloring in stamped images, for instance. I don't use like Crayola pencils, for instance, because it's just, life's too short. Okay, and Derwent also says that they are premium core strength, which means, you know, if you're familiar with some of the issues of Prismacolor, they keep breaking the core, which we would call it the lead. That's not really lead. The core of the pencil is premium strength. I don't even have the specs on the barrel width or the pencil width. They haven't said on their website. And they say that they are a professional quality. This feels really good here. It's blending well, fading out well. Now, interestingly enough, when these came out and when I first started looking into these, for instance, like in March, well, I didn't watch anyone's YouTube videos who are doing reviews about them, because you don't want that to, you know, if you're going to do your own review, you don't want that someone else's opinions to taint the way you look at these pencils. But what I did watch was the Art Gear guide talking about, he lives in the UK and Derwent is a UK company, but he couldn't get the pencils there because when these were released, they were not, even though they're manufactured in the UK, they weren't releasing them into the UK immediately. At first, they were only available to the US and India. They were wanting to expand that market. So it took a while for these to reach the UK, and I do see that they are on Derwent UK's website now. But again, although they talk about, you know, the pretty qualities of the pencils, I don't really see many specs on them. I'm assuming that light fastness is not one of the offerings because of the fact that these are, you know, a more affordable option pencil. When you go into really light fastness, it costs more money. And light fastness is the ability of your completed artwork to withstand, you know, certain light conditions for a certain period of time. Ooh, I love this denim. Very pretty. So because of the difficulty in getting these at first in the UK, they were called mystery pencils by some. Now we're going to lift this up. We've got 12 of those done. If you have a hard time getting these out, push down on this part here, which makes it easier. I'm loving the colors. You know, they are vibrant, and so far the only one that would be the exception would be salmon, which, you know, is kind of an important pastel color. So I will give you links down below to their to the availability of these on their UK website, and also for US customers to get these on their US website, and also Amazon if you're an Amazon shopper. They do have a smooth barrel. They're a black barrel with the writing in gold on the side. They have the color, you know, in like an enamel paint right on the end here. Each color has a name and a number. So this is Basil number 16. It looks like a really good range of colors. I mean, I haven't looked at this and thought that anything was particularly missing, although I would like to see, they have blush pink, but I would like to see, it's almost a coral pink. I would like to see a more true pink than that, but other than that, because I'm a real pastel person. I messed them up, so I'm going to have to cover that up. This is grass green. I missed the foliage, so what I'll do is I will color that on a separate square. And then when I glue this, when I put this in my book, I will glue this one over the other one. So this is the color I messed up on. I will cut that out and glue it over that one. Set that aside so I remember. So I keep all these color swatches in my book. So again, I don't know the thickness of the barrel or the core. Another thing is, right now there are only the 24 pencils. I think the general understanding or guess is that they will see how these do. They will see how these do, you know, in the market and how well customers like them. If there is a high demand for them, they may come out with more colors. And these are also not open stock at the moment. That doesn't mean that they will never be open stocks, you know, so we don't know. There's a possibility that these could eventually be open stock. If you're not familiar with that, it means the ability to buy just onesies and twosies, you know, and not have to purchase them in sets of 12 and 24. For if you have a favorite color and you use that one way down, will you be able to replace that one pencil? Or do you have to buy a whole set of 24? So that's what we don't know. Now this is white, and since my cardstock actually is this colored pencil card actually does have kind of a cream color to it, it is possible to see that a little bit. So then I will cut this one out and glue that over there so that we can all see the complete color combination. And then we're going to color an image. Now I want to tell you that having been blessed with this second set, the 12 count, because I had already purchased the 24, I am going to do a giveaway for the 12 set. So because of shipping, federal international shipping from the US is outrageous. There's no way around saying that. It's outrageous. So I will have to make this US only. So if you leave a comment down below, please subscribe to my channel. Leave a comment down below and mention that you are in the US in your comment. And I will give the information for when this video giveaway when a winner will be drawn. I will give that information under the video. So make sure you look at all that detail down. And then when the giveaway is closed, I will put that in the title of this video, giveaway closed, so you don't have to think you're entering at that point. Okay, so there's that. Put that aside. And what I have done was to print out this adorable digi stamp, and it was from this lovely Etsy shop right here, and I will also give you a link to this in her shop. So let's start playing around with this. Actually, let's move over. And this is also a cream colored paper, so I'm going to use the white. It's not doesn't show up really well on camera, but it does show up for me visually. And because I'm using some basically low grade cardstock here, it does have some good tooth on it, meaning you can get it does get a hold of or have tooth to grip the colored pencil. I like a really, really light blue sometimes to shade in white. Oh, that's so cute. Now I'm trying to see how, how well it layers over the last color. It did okay, and now I'm taking the white and kind of blending that out a little bit. Okay, let's zoom in a little bit. Alrighty, so I added a little bit of this blush for his snout, but I think I'm also going to use the blush pink to give him some shading detail on that. It is, I've got two colors layering there. It's working fine. I haven't tried to layer more colors than that. Now I'm going to make him basically, I think what I'm going to do is make this salmon his fur. I'm going to use the blush pink and burnt sienna to bring in some more color. Usually I use little tiny circles when I'm coloring, but I'm using kind of bigger ones because I don't mind if he gets like a woolly look to him. I love his little itty bitty legs. I'm really liking this guy being pink here. I should maybe quit calling him a little guy, but I'm really liking it. Another thing with shading colored pencils is you don't want to immediately start pushing hard. If you have a heavy hand, you need to lighten up because you want to kind of save the burnishing for later. Normally you do hold the colored pencil back here. I've been holding it closer up, just so you know. You need to get a light hand to hold the pencil. I think we do need more here under the underbelly. Okay, I'm going to get a little shade under the eyes. And if you really want the eyes to be deep set, which I think would help because these eyes are supposed to look like they're popping out, you can go all the way around the eyes. I'm also going to try some of this gray in there. See if that's dark enough. So now I have, 4 colors right now layering. There's no bloom building up, so that's good, which is like a waxy buildup. I think I'm going to take a risk here and really hit the black lightly to get some big shading under that eye. Make them look really crazy. Oh, that's great. We really needed that a little bit. So the little bit of black really helped to bring that in. Okay, now I'm going to come back with that salmon and really burnish that in to blend in the darkness of that black. So I'm holding my pencil closer again, really giving that a good, think of pushing harder, you know. Okay, now what I'm going to do is cut that out by hand, fussy cut that, and then we're going to make a card out of this and maybe even make a background. So I am noticing that as I use the white to really burnish this in and blend the colors together, it is kind of building up that bloom that we call, which is that waxy finish that makes it impossible to really build more color upon color upon color. So if you wanted to use these pencils for coloring in, it does really well. It takes a while to build that up, but because I was pushing hard and burnishing, it was building up that waxy finish. My goal wasn't to have straight edges. I wanted that kind of washed out look here, and I want to put him on there. And then these are the words that were also part of the Digi die set. And I purposely hand cut the white and just glued them on the black. And I'm doing it by hand on purpose to give it that kind of crazy, crooked look. I think it would work better to move him over because there's all this room here. See how there's so much more room for the words here. Very, very cute. So I placed these out here to see just how I would like them. So make sure they fit and everything. But I notice he's floating in midair. So what I want to do is gently, I think I'll probably just take a light gray and mark where he is on this and see if that is actually showing up. No, it's not. So let me take the black. I just kind of want to give a little indication of where he is on this, and I want to give him a little bit of shade. And it is, you know, I went through and I had basically burnished all these colors on there with my white pencil, and I'm looking now to see, you know, how well this black is going on over that burnishing, and it's doing its thing. It's working. See, I just want to give a little bit of a shade, just like that. I'm going to take the light gray to try and smooth that out a little bit. You know what I want to do? I think I want to matte this whole thing onto black. So let's remove this and let's glue this down. Slide those over. So let's come down here and glue this on. I'm using the Lawn Fawn glue tube. I like the pencils. I think if you're, you know, not worried about light fastness, if you are a creator who's just, you know, you're a colorer, or you are just someone who colors in stamped images, I think you're going to like this pencil set. All right, let's get this cutie on here. Another thing that I did not see on their website, and maybe I'm not looking correctly, but I didn't see information about whether these are more wax-based or oil-based. And now let's get these on there. Now there's reason why I delayed on this one, because I decided I want to pop that up. And so let's get some foam. Now these are wonderful. These are actually black foam squares because they are actually handy, because when you are using foam squares that are white, you see that white sticking out underneath your project. And this is, since these are black, they blend more into your project when you have black paper. And these foam squares are in my shop. All the links for the supplies are under this. I just thought it would be really cute to pop up your best friend, talking to your best friend. And that really puts the emphasis on the best friend. Something else I think I might do is just give a couple little accents here and there. If you're using this jewel picker, and you notice sometimes it might be hard to actually get it to unstick from the item you're gluing, like this, and maybe it's sticking to it, just roll it off like that, and it'll roll right off the side. Perfect. The craft picker, the jewel picker, is also in my shop. So really think that this is, like they said, this is the best value for the money on these pencils. Now, if you are in the US, again, and you're interested in the giveaway for those pencils, leave a comment down below. You must mention that you are in the US. And then also the information will be under this video about when I will draw a winner for the set of 12, which you can see has not been opened. It's still in the plastic. Thank you to ChromaFlow for sponsoring that. This giveaway is not sponsored by YouTube in any way, and you must be over 13 to enter the giveaway. Thank you for watching, everyone, and sticking with me to the end of this video.